Ladies and gentlemen, when it is Tuesday, it is the Raw Leadership Talk. Coming to you live today from Garissa County, and my good friend Anne Ocholla, who is in Mombasa, featuring today in the Mentorship series, part 4. We are glad to be here. Where are you watching us from? We'll be glad to hear from you. As we listen to the water music from 100 Messiah, where are you watching us from? Drop a comment, whether you're watching us through YouTube or from YouTube, or you're watching us from Facebook, my timeline, or you're watching us from our Facebook page, the Africa Center for Public Speaking. I am glad you are here. Drop us a comment, tell us something. Even before we begin this wonderful discussion, I'm sure you won't be disappointed today. Japheth Madeka telling me is tuned in from Mombasa. Glad to see you, Japheth. Thank you very much for finding time to be part of the Raw Leadership Talk. When it's Tuesday, it's the Leadership Talk. I want to keep it raw here, the Raw Leadership Talk. In a moment, we'll begin our discussion. Mentorship series, part 4. For those who can remember, the whole of this month we're doing mentorship series on the first week we had Charles Msanga. The second week we had Jackie Wegoki. And today, the last week we had Arthur Ngugi, and today we have Anne Ocholla. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anne, maybe you may want to introduce yourself to our viewers today on this Raw Leadership Talk.
Well, it's an honor to be here tonight. My name is Anne Ocholla, and you're welcome to this interaction. I'm happy. All the viewers are welcome to this interaction.
Thank you very much, Anne. Dorothy Mundui, you say you are connected. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to hear from you. Throughout this discussion, engage us. And if you have any question also, you can post your question there and we'll be able to see it and read it and even tackle it all the way to the end of this particular program. And let me ask you, what do you believe is your life mission? You know, I know we've known each other for some time now, and I know you are a social worker and a motivational speaker, a wonderful trainer, if I may say. But let me hear from you. What do you believe is your life's mission?
Wow, that's a huge question. And my life's mission is to continue growing and learning, most on my skills and abilities. This is to impact people positively, and through speaking and writing. That's what I purpose to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. That's very wonderful. That's very wonderful to hear from you. But you know, life is a journey, as they say. Maybe you may want to share, you know, in the journey of life, there are highs and lows. But specifically, what have been your highs and your lows as far as this life is concerned, and which maybe our viewers may want to learn from them?
Well, my life highs and lows coincidentally fall in 1 year. That is the year 2017. I'll start with my highs. I remember the first time I saw my name in the graduation list of the year 2017 in my college. I was the happiest person on earth. This is one project or agenda that I had worked on for a very long time, and seeing it come to completion or fruition was the best thing in my life. I still hold it the highest thing that I ever done, and a well completed project that I did. I gave it my all and made it. Well, my lows also came 3 months after I had graduated. This is when I lost my father.
Okay.
He was the man behind my strong political views, my religious views, and actually the education I undertook. So I lost a very huge pillar, and that was the lowest low that I would say I've ever gone in life. And it took me a while to really retrace my track or go back to where I used to be. It's never been the same without him, and it will never be. But it was the lowest low I had gone to in one same year. So I had the high and the low in the very same year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you, and thank you for sharing with us your highs and your lows in life. I guess this is part of life, and for your boldness to really share with us, we really respect you for that. How has personal development, your own personal development journey been? And what are your views or your take when it comes to personal development? Is this something that is very, very important for people to undertake today as part and parcel of their life? What are your thoughts on?
Personal development is a huge topic nowadays.
Yes.
Personally, it has been a challenging journey. So many times I found myself resigning into where I used to be. I had to pull myself, to push myself, and to carry myself so many times. It's a lot of work. That is one thing I must say. But still, it's a journey that is continuous. Some say until death was part. You develop every day, you develop every year, you have to develop to live. Survival of the fittest, actually. It's a jungle, it's a human jungle out here.
Yes.
So our personal development is something to go for. It encompasses a lot of life's facets, I would say. There's a physical aspect, there's the relationship aspect, there's the emotional aspect, the spirituality aspect, and the career aspect. So balancing all these things can be really, really tormenting. It requires time, it requires a lot of work, requires a lot of reading and researching, a lot of listening. And I put it simply, saying learning, relearning, and unlearning a lot of time and a lot of things. So it's not something faint-hearted. If you're on it, you're on it. If you're not, you're not. You can't be physically fit or mentally fit and expect, like say it will happen on its own. You have to work hard on your physical fitness, maybe join a gym, do some physical exercises. On your mental, you have to ensure that you feed your mind with books or audiobooks or something that with spirituality, yes, to grow. Also career-wise, you have to go back to school to read, to learn, to graduate. Yeah, relationships, you also have to go out of your way to learn, to be out there actually, to be with people. No man is an island, so you have to relate with people. And then also learn, and also learn from them. So personal development is a really huge.
Thank you very much. For those who are tuning in, Vincent Mayaka Nyamyaka, we are doing mentorship series part 4 in the Role Leadership Talk with Anne Ocholla, a social worker and a motivational speaker. Maureen Ouma says, Anne Ocholla, I'm tuned in, girl. I guess that should be your friend or one of your friends. Thank you very much, Maureen, for tuning in. Keep those messages coming. If you have any post, any question that you would like us to tackle here, or you like Anne to expound on what already we have tackled, we'll be more than glad to do that. But Anne, you mentioned something that is very key that I don't see a lot of people doing here. I'm very much aware that you read a lot. You read widely, you read, widely. And this is something that most people are losing it. People are becoming so busy, they don't have time for books. They say, you know, I read only for exams. Talking about books, Han, first tell us, what are you reading right now? And the culture of reading, what would you tell our audience as far as that is concerned?
Well, my reading or readership came from a point of low moments also. One of my low moments, not the lowest part, but as I take you through it, I had hit a place where people call, I don't know what I am, what I want, what I would want to be. So I started thinking, I was lost somehow.
Yes.
That saw me going to therapy. So after my therapy sessions, I realized that I would not be the best version of myself if I don't continue being therapeutic to my own self. So I started reading therapeutic books to help me heal for self-esteem issues and for self-image issues, because that's what I was battling during that period or moment. So while I started doing that and I grew bit by bit, I learned reading one page at a time. It wasn't easy. Actually, I was in my mid-20s when I started reading. So I realized that a book is a friend that can never go away. It is something you learn new things. You always read one book and you want to read another one and another one and another one. The only thing is find the right genre for you. You can't read self-help books and you want to read and you're not into them. Some love historical books, some love fantasy books. So you have to find what you love most for you to read. And there is nothing as you don't have time. People set time for their priorities. So if your priority is not in self-development, you will not set time for that part of reading, because reading is part of self-development. And if you don't read, you're actually lagging behind. By the way, it's one of the best things. Either way, I'm not talking about just reading magazines, no. Getting books that really impact you, getting books on history, getting books that show you what the world is and how the world has been, and really, expanding your mind and your thinking and everything that you're into. So you have to make time. You can start with 10 minutes a day, then increase it to 20 minutes a day, then 1 hour a day. But you have to make time. There's nothing that you cannot do if you don't make time. You make time for your priorities. Reading is a priority like it is for me. I make time for it.
Reading is a priority and you have to make time for it. Mataka Jani tuned in. Frank Kangolio, my friend, tuned in. Robert Wafula, glad to have you here. Daniel Musibi, glad to have you here, brother. Who else is here? I think the rest are just commenting on something. But Dorothy is asking, have you written a book? I know there's a project you're working on, Anne. Maybe you want to tell us something about the project that you're working on, and when should we expect that project? Let me not mention, you mentioned it, when is it going to come out?
So, okay, I think it's in the spirit. I've been working on a book. So my first debut will be, I thought it will be in the end of February. Man, writing a book is no joke. I salute all those who've written books. I've been going back and forth, writing, rewriting, canceling, doing all that stuff. And it's not an easy job. So I moved it from end of February to end of May. That's when I'm confident that it will be out during that time. But I'm really working on it. I'm on it. Dorothy, yes, you'll get a copy. End of May, my book will be out. Yes.
Oh, great. I'm going to hold you accountable for that, Annie, because I want your book. I want your book out. Maybe can you give us a little bit of a gist as far as that book is all about? For the sake of our viewers, or you want to put it confidential until it comes out?
Well, a little bit of it. I would say I even changed the topic, funnily. I had given you another topic. I changed the head altogether. Everything started changing all of a sudden. New ideas came. But my book is basically about women women empowerment, self-image, self-esteem, and where we are coming from and where we are going. And everything that happened to us, childhood traumas that have made us become who we are right now, bitter, low self-esteem, low self-image, angry, and depressed, and battling such kind of things. And yeah, that's basically all of it before I give you everything here.
Thank you. Dorothy says thank you, and looking forward and wish you all the best. People are looking forward to the book. Lorraine Ombita, thank you for checking in. Jafet Madeka asks, what's one book that has inspired you? What is that one book that has inspired you?
Can I give two, Jafet? I know he's my friend and he's a lover of books.
Okay.
One is the one that I draw a lot of things from, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen.
Okay.
And another one by Dale Carnegie, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living.
Oh, I read that book so many years ago. How to Stop Worrying and to Start Living. Wonderful book. And even the first one by As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, powerful bok indeed.
Yes,
exactly, big time.
Yes.
Great. What would you say is your life message, Anne? What's your life message?
My life message, like the book, you see the book I gave, my life message is from a biblical quote from the same book. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That biblical quote from Proverbs 23:7 has shaped my life differently. That book has made me think twice every now and then. Whenever I veer out from everything that I want to believe in life, that's what I go back to. It's a book that I hold near my Bible, and it is a whole new book. It will give you a different mentality, actually it's a gift from God. I thank God for that man for writing that book.
Okay. Beautiful. Where do you see yourself, Anne, in the next 5 years? This journey of life. Where do you see yourself?
Wow. I would love to say, I always see myself as an accomplished author also of books, not just one. And as I just to add to that. So all of them are work in progress right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much for those who are tuning in. We are doing the Raw Leadership Talk here, Mentorship Series Part 4. And today our guest is Anne Ocholla, a social worker, a motivational speaker. Eric Score says How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. I have read that book as well. Powerful book indeed by Dale Carnegie. Those who haven't read that book, it's a classic. So you may want to go in and read that particular book. Anne, I know in your social work you work a lot also in the hospital. What's your take about mental health in today's age, and especially among young people? Is this something that we should be concerned about and do something about?
I think mental health is the new cancer, I would say. The cancer of the mind. It is affecting so many people, both old and young. Actually, it has not left a gap on the age disparities. I would just love to say that it is a huge issue right now, and the people really should take care of the mental health. It is a personal initiative to take care of your health, both physical and mental. So you shouldn't wait for anyone to take care of your mental health. It comes from a lot of things: the loss of jobs, loss of relationships, and just a lot of things in life that people face. Loss of loved ones. Like right now, we are in this pandemic. It's been even harder. I think it's been hit harder, and it's a huge thing right now. People are depressed. I think you've seen people coming from the streets and being taken to rehabs and coming back, relapsing, and people coming out and saying that they really have been depressed and they sought help. And our society is not a society that loves therapy. You know, we'd rather die with our issues without sorting for therapy, sorting for a trusted friend. And I really believe that before we go to a depressed state, we really can help ourselves heal.
Yes.
by actually sorting help from friends, sometimes family members. You know, we can keep quiet yet dying inside with something that a family member can actually sort or help us sort.
Yes.
Also, I would say trust issues. People have trust issues with one another. Even your closest friends, you'd think twice before telling them, or by the way, I have this thing going on. Or they won't trust that you have a problem because you dress well, you wear your makeup well, you go to the salon. People think that everything is okay. Superficially, we are okay, but inwardly, we are empty.
Yeah.
So mental health is really an issue, and we really need to tackle it inwardly. As inside, so without. I mean, yes. So if we don't do anything from the inside, it will show. We
Yes.
can't hide. We can't hide for that for a long time. It will show. So what we can do about it is talk, be open to therapy,
Yes.
and also reach out for someone, even anonymous. I've seen people do anonymous things. You can reach out to an anonymous account. They help you. They talk to you. There was a time there was a free counseling line.
Yes.
You can go and talk to people anonymously and tell them your issues. If you fear people or have trust issues,
Yes.
also talk to someone. You have to talk to someone. If you bottle a lot of things, you're bound to burst.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you very much. If you bottle a lot of things, you are bound to burst. And people, look okay superficially, but inwardly, they are suffering a lot. So take your time to talk to somebody, look for a therapist, as Anne advises us to do in relation to mental health. And as we come towards the end of this particular show today on the Role Leadership Talk, I want to give you 3 minutes to just take it away. Take it away, Anne.
Well, I would love to say that the society at large has drummed a lot of negative connotations to this generation. Things like you're half-baked graduate, microwave generation, the whining weenies, idlers, all sorts of negativities have been have been drummed in our minds. The depressed generation, actually, sometimes they even use, you people are so depressed for no good reason. In our generation, we were not depressed. So these are things that society have really made, quote unquote, to make us feel like we are weak or we are not looking for jobs enough, we are not doing enough for ourselves. But if this narrative is true, as it has been said, what can we do to change the narrative as a generation? This is the time that we need to change the narrative. And changing the narrative takes an individual initiative. You can work hard, work smart, work with integrity, with your own resources, or wherever you sought resources from, and change the narrative. This is a very wrong narrative. If we pass it down to the next generation, people are going to get depressed just like this generation is. And they say, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Just like they tell us, we'll be bound to think that we are lazy, we are always whiny, we are always stupid per se, because we are half-baked. Something is half-baked is not good enough. We are not good enough for ourselves. So these are negative connotations that we need to fight. As a generation, we need to just come out and work, not just look for blue-collar jobs, but we need to work and work smart wherever you are. The Bible says, actually, whatever your hand finds, do it with your might. Even if it's sweeping a compound, if it's like this is your life is in it. If it's working in a job, do it like you're the owner of the job. If you're working on a project, work on that project as though that project is yours personally. What you give out to other people is what shall be given back to you. So you also remember, as you sow, so shall you reap. So why not sow the good seeds and not seeds of discord? So I really would love this generation to change the narrative. Work hard, work smart, work with integrity. Give it your all. I think your work is always your worship. Whatever you do, whether you're selling bananas, do it as though that is the best thing you're doing on earth. And I think blessings shall come. Blessings come every day. And God blesses the work of everyone's hand. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anne, for being part of the Raw Leadership Talk on this day, 23rd of March, 2021. I want to believe that all of you who have been part of the Raw Leadership Talk, you have really benefited a lot from the sharing that has come from Anne. Eric Score Nekwe tells me the Daniel inspiration to this generation. Keep on with such engagement. I'm humbled, Eric. Jafet Madeka says, awesome conversation, really smart minds indeed. Thank you very much, Jafet, for being here, and all of you. I think if you want to get in touch with us, you can visit our website. It's passing on your screen, like our Facebook page. And at the same time, you can call. And we can continue with this discussion and this conversation. It's been great having you here. Thank you very much, Anne. And this is the time that we say, God bless you, and see you next week for Mentorship Series at 5. God bless you, and good evening.